Capricorn, you need to know this. There's something that your intuition is right about. There's something your intuition has been guiding you towards, some sort of truth, some sort of unmasking. This is at the bottom of the deck. As I was getting into your energy, I asked Spirit, show me the energy Capricorn is currently in, and the Mystic came out. And this is a very intuitive, very spiritual energy, somebody who is extremely tapped into the divine, to higher nuggets of wisdom, okay? I feel whoever you are someone who is extremely susceptible to energies that are around you. And actually, there could even be a lot of people that are in your energetic field, or they're in your energetic space. All right, there might be kind of, because this is like moth to a flame. Okay, your light is extremely bright. It's very healing and have high vibration, and it seems like it's calling in a lot of attention. Like you're attracting in a lot of people, a lot of energies, a lot of souls that are craving your, I'm hearing your expertise, because the Mystic represents someone who is an old soul. This can represent a light worker, a healer of some sort. You may be an intuitive. You may also be into the healing arts as well as magic. And it's so crazy because this card comes up when your intuition is guiding you towards discovering some sort of truth, discovering answers, getting clarity. And there's just something that you've been feeling for a while, and it's been building up and getting stronger. And there's something that you may be realizing over the next couple of days, or over the next week or so. There could be something that you're starting to see through a different lens. All right, with the eyes in this card, it made me think of that saying, real eyes, real lies, real lies. I was like, okay, is there something that has been hidden and it's coming to light? And then something else that came to mind when I was just meditating on this card, I had like my meditation music in, I was cleansing my space, a little cinnamon, a little sage, and the phrase truth and reconciliation came up. And that's actually something that's related to Canadian history, and it has to do with like residential schools and all this really crazy messed up stuff. Okay, and I don't want to like bring this reading surrounding political stuff, right? But that is all about the cover up of some really fucked up shit, and it was exposed, it was revealed. And it's all about trying to make things right. But the thing is, can you ever make it right? Anyways, and I'm not even trying to laugh, because I know that's like a very serious thing, and I don't take that lightly at all. But it was just something that came to mind as I was like writing a few things down. This is definitely an energy that just gets more and more deep and intensifies. So there's something that your intuition is guiding you towards. So follow it, okay? You're onto something, follow it. Something's going to be revealed. And I was actually very shocked when I took a look at the bottom of the deck. I didn't really spend much time thinking or feeling this energy, but the mask, I do feel like there is something that is being exposed or being revealed to you at this time, and it's something that you had felt intuitively, but maybe you didn't have proof, maybe you didn't have evidence, maybe there wasn't a witness for some, so who knows what that's about. But anyways, that's what I was getting. This is also a card of transformation. So whoever you are, you're going through a very significant pivotal change in your journey, and you can sense that there's going to be a big shift in the near future. Something that you're about to do, or something that you're about to discover, is going to have a huge impact on just like the life you live, the decisions you make, where you're about to go, or maybe something that you're going to be initiating in the near future. So pretty intense, pretty intense. Show me clearly what's going on for Capricorn. So far, we only have one card. We don't even know what it is. Okay. 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, Hermit. So we got double 5. 55, maybe you're 55 years old, or this next year, you know, your birthday season in a couple months, you could be turning 55. Life path number 5 could be important. We have a Princess of Swords, a Knight of Pentacles, and let's get one more. We'll take a look at the bottom as well. What is going on for Capricorn? 8 of Swords, okay. Taking a look at the bottom, we have the Star, 4 of Wands, Justice, and even the Queen of Pentacles, which is your energy, and even the Empress too. So we got some Venus energy over here. Planet of love and pleasure and all that good stuff. So you're definitely going through some changes. The fact that we have 2 5s coming out as your first cards, yeah, this might be a time of your life, a period of your life where there's a lot of challenges that you're facing. You could be feeling alone. There's something that has been burned to the ground, is what I'm hearing. There's something that can't continue. There's something that has been creating a lot of destruction or chaos in your life. This is a huge indication this isn't in alignment with you. And I think you're starting to get the hint, or I think you're starting to realize that there's an inner blockage as well. 5 of Pentacles and the Hermit. There's some sort of blockage internally that it's manifesting in the physical reality. It's manifesting in whether it's your work, your finances, if it's your health, if it's relationship stuff, but there's an inner blockage that you're starting to shine a light on. You're starting to discover, you're starting to even like reconcile, heal some sort of aspect within yourself, right? When we saw the mask at the bottom of this deck, this could even be like you taking off your own mask, being honest with yourself instead of being in denial. Maybe there's something that you were ignoring or suppressing for the longest of time, but you're being pushed to go inwards. I'm seeing a deep soul searching energy. You're in this transition of getting to the root of the matter, the root of the problem, and it's giving with this Page of Swords a whole new perspective, that new lens shift. Some of you might actually be called towards getting your eyes tested, and I actually wrote that down in my paper. I heard like eye exam and then like exam, and that made me think of like, oh, is this like a testing phase that you're going through? Might I add, if you ever find yourself asking, is this a test? Is the universe testing me right now? It's a test. It is a test. So show up as your best self. Show us what you've learned. Not me. I'm not saying us, like me, my spirit guides, but it's like, that's what the universe is saying to you, is like this, yes, this is a test. Show us what you've learned. Show us how far you've come. Show us what you have evolved from, right? This is a test, but I feel here with your approach, Knight of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, there's a lot of like restriction. It's mental though. It's in your head. This is going to be a time of realignment. There's going to be some necessary actions that you'll be taking in the near future that get you back on track, even if you can't see it. Knight of Pentacles and 8 of Swords. You're making progress. You are making progress. You have grown and changed a lot. Are you giving yourself the credit for it though? Are you recognizing how far you've come on your journey? 8 of Swords, you may not. You might not be giving yourself that validation, that recognition. You may be beating yourself down, be like, how come I'm not further? Or this is taking too long. So check in with yourself, because there's an inner blockage here that is being brought up to your awareness for you to overcome. And even going back to the mystic, maybe there is someone around you that you're feeling called towards. There's someone that is like inspirational perhaps, right? There could be somebody that you admire, someone that maybe you met them a long time ago. You haven't really spoken to them in a while, but for some reason, you know, whenever you find yourself going through a difficult time, you think about this person and it's like a deep inspiration to not quit or not give up. There's some sort of light or healing or this guidance that helps you and inspires you. I feel like even though you could have a lot of doubts or you're second guessing this path, deep down in your core, you do have hope. The Star, 4 of Wands, Justice, and the Queen of Pentacles, I do see you have hope. You haven't given up hope. You haven't lost all hope. There's trust deep down. There is trust, but you are challenging these different viewpoints and perspectives. It is quite intense. Let's see here. You could be way more withdrawn than usual. Hermit and the 5 of Pentacles, you might be more detached, going inwards, kind of just like isolating. You might not be in direct communication with many people right now. You might be really laying low, very introverted at the moment, trying to just deal with your own problems. Hermit and the Five of Wands. You're like, there's certain flames, certain things going on internally that you're having to extinguish and put out, and it's showing that you're not wanting to really bring other people into this matter. But there is someone that is observing you. There is someone that is watching you, or they notice there's been a shift in your actions, your energy, effort. Someone is definitely watching you from afar. They're noticing it. You might not even realize it. You might not think no one cares. Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles, you might think no one cares, but there is someone who does. There is someone who really does care. But you don't notice that, or they're not really on your radar. Someone's watching you, someone's keeping their eyes on you, or they might even be thinking about reaching out to you in the near future. But I'm seeing a slow approach anyways. Page of Swords and Knight of Pentacles. There's this slow encounter. It's like, you know, if there's like a lost dog, you don't know if it's like a frightful dog or whatever, and you like slowly approach and see if they'll let you approach. They might run away, so that's why you don't want to come fast and bombard and rush right on in. That's kind of what this energy is making me think of with this Page of Swords and this Knight of Pentacles. It's like a slow approach. Like, I don't want to scare Capricorn away. That's how you feel towards someone else. You can swap the roles. I'm getting congested all of a sudden. I feel like there is a blockage in terms of like communication, right? I'm feeling congestion more like the nasal passage through the throat. My throat even feels a little dry. Where's my water? Oh, it's right here. I'm gonna take a sip. Oh my God. Talk about what the fuck happened. It just like leaked a bunch of water. Oh shit. Is there a hole? Oh my God, no. Oh shit. Okay. I have to pause. There's a hole in. Aw, okay, time for an upgrade. Okay, I don't want my cards getting wet, y'all. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me pause. Wow, that was crazy. I literally took a sip of my water before I drained it in the sink, and I coughed, and then like water went out my nose, you guys. I don't know. That has only happened like once or twice in my life. That is whack. That is crazy. But perhaps I can breathe clearer. So a blockage is being cleared. Isn't that funny? Putting out the fire. There was actually water on this card, but I didn't ruin it, so amen for that. So, what's going on, y'all? What is going on? I'm trying to remember. I already forgot. But I'm not gonna restart this reading. I'm not going to. That's my perfectionist coming in and be like, wait, let's restart. It's like, no, absolutely not. So, right now you're feeling stuck, trapped, thinking in limited ways. Deep down in your core, you have faith. There's also someone that is observing, or like they notice your distance, or they're noticing you're kind of withdrawn. Even if you're in the same room physically, they notice that you're not really there. You're not present. You're not mentally or emotionally present or available, okay? Someone is slowly approaching you to help you. I'm seeing that there's like some sort of help or assistance or an opportunity that will come in that is going to free you out of this stuck, trapped, scared, even uncomfortable energy, okay? Maybe with the mystic, this is someone who is a guide or a teacher. I think we did touch on that. Someone who has a lot of light or inspiration and healing abilities that can really support you at this time. Okay, so then at the bottom, we have the Star, Four of Wands, Justice, and Queen of Pentacles. You have this hope, you have this vision deep down, right? This is a time for you to really focus on that. Really, really put all of your might, all of your attention on that desire. And you gotta just be open to receive, is what I'm hearing. Queen of Pentacles and Justice. There's a lesson that you're learning. There is karma that you're clearing, and something is bound to balance out. And I also heard blossom. So something is on the verge of like blossoming or transforming or opening up in your reality. So it's about being open and willing to receive. I think that you could be in this lack mentality, or you're feeling and focusing a lot on what isn't working, or rejection, or missed opportunities, or being hard on yourself, right? I was seeing that with the Eight of Swords, like maybe struggling with like mental thoughts and your mindfulness. So it's a time to challenge those thoughts and those stories that you tell yourself, and try to get out of your own way and get out of your head and lean more into your intuition. And again, we can clarify, of course, this Five of Wands, there is something that is creating this pressure, is what it feels like. There's pressure, there's this burning, there's this freeing as well as clearing, but it's hot, it's uncomfortable. It feels like it's burning away the impurities though. Five of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. This is having to adjust, having to allow, having to embrace. And I am also seeing with the Hermit, this is something that you're having to sit through. This is something that you're having to allow instead of trying to avoid or distract. This is a time for you to really sit with what you're being met with instead of avoiding it, running away from it, or numbing. Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper. Five of Wands. Why is a Five of Wands here for Capricorn? Three of Swords in the reverse. Just kidding, it's a Nine of Swords and Strength. Alchemist is at the bottom. So this is really showing Capricorn, there's healing taking place. There's something that you're getting stronger from, whether you recognize it or not. You may feel like you've had some sort of setback recently, or that there's like regret that comes with this. There's something you're overanalyzing and feeling like, crap, was that the right call? Was that the right decision? I'm seeing that you could be at odds with yourself, or you're going back and forth. You're going back and forth and you're like, which way do I go? Or let's see, Alchemist, the Star, and the Prince of Pentacles. There's still that hope. There's still that hope. You're in this deep contemplation, a big decision, but you haven't yet made up your mind. Your approach to this desire is slow, but there's moments where you have doubt. There's moments where you're like, am I capable? Can I truly do this? Do I have what it takes? Am I ready? Am I healed enough? Have I fully healed? Honestly, you don't have to be fully healed to do or overcome or push through or have something new. That is just your mind trying to keep you stuck and your ego trying to keep you safe. But Strength and the Nine of Swords, there's a lot of thoughts that are bubbling up into places, things, people that like you haven't fully let yourself go there until just recently. And this is intense. But it shows with Strength, Nine of Swords, you have the ability to overcome this. You have to get out of your own way and you have to get out of your head, okay? And keep moving forwards with the Knight of Pentacles. Keep pushing through this. I'm hearing like the only way out is to walk the path that you're on, to push through. There's no going around. There's no shortcuts. There's no avoiding this. It's necessary and it's building you up. It's preparing you for what's ahead, whatever this manifestation is that you're trying to get closer to. This is preparing you to receive that blessing. Let's see. Five of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, the Star, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Cups. It's kind of like wanting to believe in what people are showing you, but having questions of if this is real or can you truly trust them. I'm hearing friend or foe when it comes to the Seven of Cups and Three of Cups. You're like also having a lot of questions about, well, what makes me happy? What is it that I truly desire in life? What is it that I'm lacking in my reality? Because it is showing that you have support here, but you feel there's a disconnect. So we have the Five of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles, which is there's an imbalance. If we subtract the two, that leads us to Two of Pentacles. There's an imbalance in the give and receive, or there's people that you help when they're in need, but do they help you when the roles are reversed? So there is something coming up about seeing people for who they truly are and their true colors / their true intentions being revealed to you. 3 of Pentacles and the Star. Those that believe in you, those that support you, it's going to be very clear. It's going to be very obvious. They will be loud. They will be proud to have you alongside with them, have you in their life. If they're being very quiet or if they're not checking up on you, that's a huge indication of like, you know, someone may say, oh, I care, but that's just words. What are their actions? So 7 of Cups, you're trying to find your way through all this craziness, all this chaos and changes, and remaining to be open as well, open-minded to the possibilities that good things can happen. And there's a lot of refreshing, uplifting, inspirational energies that are at your fingertips. I am seeing that you have support, or you're coming into a time of support, but you have to be willing to put yourself out there. I'm seeing community is a big thing for a lot of you. There's this need to bridge the gap. Yeah, I'm hearing that you're needing to bridge the gap, or you're needing to be open to receive. And maybe you haven't been allowing yourself to, or you've been feeling, going back to that 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, you've been having a hard time accepting good things, or it's like maybe you push it away because you don't trust it. All right, and the Hermit. Let's see why the Hermit is here. Yeah, it's a soul-searching energy for sure. How about the Hermit for Capricorn? Death and the 5 of Wands. Hey! So that blockage, right? That blockage we were seeing from earlier, which it most likely was like in your own head, heart, inner blocks, right? Healing that's needed, necessary past clearing, energies, cycles, lessons, attachments, having to overcome that. Things that you thought you were never going to get over. You're overcoming that. You're proving yourself wrong here. 5 of Wands and Death. Now, another way we could look at this is that with these changes taking place, there's some resistance to that. So if you're looking at all these shifts and you're not too pleased about it and you're clinging on to the old, this is the perfect opportunity to go inwards and ask yourself, well, why? Why am I resisting this? What is it that I am wanting to be different? The Death and the 5 of Wands, change is inevitable. This is going to take place whether you like it or not. You can look at this as a bad thing. You can look at this as a positive thing. Oh, look, the Hermit's at the bottom. Double confirmation. I just realized that. With the 9 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. It's so funny. It's so funny. Because there's such a back and forth. Like one side of you is like, okay, I trust this. Good things are coming out of this. I gotta allow this shift to happen. And there's another part of you that's a bit afraid, a little scared, thinking worst case scenario of what might happen, what could go wrong. Like there's this back and forth. It is tiring. You must be exhausted. So even Hermit coming out twice could be implying that you need more rest, or you needing to really just take it easy. Give yourself permission to ease up the pressure. I feel like there's a lot of pressure that you've been placing on yourself, a lot of expectations that you have for yourself, and it's just, I feel this is the time where it's needed for you to ease off of that, even just a little bit. So Page of Swords, tell me the Page of Swords for Capricorn. Page of Cups, someone wants to talk to you. Someone wants to talk to you, maybe cheer you up. Words of wisdom. We have 10 of Cups. Oh, look at this. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Someone wants to talk. Someone wants to be there for you, provide you a safe place for you to rest, for you to open up, for you to share what's on your mind, share what's on your heart. This is offering new perspectives and even talks about the future, okay? Seeing massive breakthroughs, new cycles beginning. Yay! This is great. This is so good. All right. This is something that feels steady and long lasting, especially because the next card we have is the Knight of Pentacles. And Knight of Pentacles, he always crosses the finish line. Whatever he starts, he will accomplish. He will finish. He never ever just like starts multiple things and just leaves it and just doesn't care about. He means business. So I'm just saying that there's someone that you will be talking to in the near future, much needed conversation. This could be with a friend, this could be with a loved one, but someone that you trust or someone that means a lot to you. And I'm seeing that this is going to activate some sort of like realization or epiphany, or it's just going to strengthen your faith and strengthen your trust and your inner knowing and just give you clarity about what you want in the next step in your journey. And this could definitely be even talks about like finances. Maybe there's some sort of like business partnerships coming up here, or talks about money, loans, investments, homes, things like that. There may be some discussions about that. You could be moving as well, I'm seeing with the 10 of Cups. Things about home or home business as well. Selling up a home, fixing a home, renting. Maybe you're thinking about renting off a space or a room, or I don't know. I'm seeing things coming up about multiple forms of revenue. Okay, maybe even something that's online, since we're clarifying Page of Swords, that can represent the internet, online world, social media, things like that. Okay. I hope this reading is making sense. I feel like there's a lot of things going on. So use your discernment, y'all. Use a motherfucking discernment. Knight of Pentacles. Why is the Knight of Pentacles here for Capricorn? Have a plan. This is the perfect time for planning. We are in the pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde. You don't need to let your world stop though. Like, keep living your life, keep doing the things you're doing, but this is just a time where, hey, be intentional with the steps you take, the plans you make, double, triple check, and especially if you're signing any contracts, okay? Ace of Swords, Page of Swords can even represent that too. So clarifying the Knight of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, so we go back to where we kind of started with the 5 from earlier, and the World. Okay. All right. It's a slow, gradual process, but I'm seeing your life is improving, your finances are improving, your work life is improving, you're coming into more stability. This era of like loneliness or lack of support or feeling isolated, feeling like you have the world on your shoulders. That's honestly what this feels like. The 5 of Pentacles on the World, like, it feels like so intense and so heavy, and like also picking up on other people's energies too, and just like world life problems and feeling maybe hopeless, feeling powerless even. This is a transition. The world coming out, this is the end of a cycle, end of a challenging struggle of a cycle. The worst is over. The best is yet to come. You're in alignment. You're on the right step. You're taking the next step, babe. 2 of Pentacles. Didn't we see that earlier? It was the 5 of Pentacles and then the 3 of Pentacles. And I was like, well, it makes me think of the 2. Like, something's maybe out of balance or needs some aligning. So 2 of Pentacles at the bottom tells me that there's 2 different paths or 2 different roads, 2 different directions, which is interesting because even when we look at the Mystic, there's 2 eyes, right? We see the main one over here. There's another one over here. So it's like 2 different perspectives / 2 different possible directions you could take this life of yours. I mean, there's probably more. We send the 7 of Cups, but 2 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, and the King of Swords. There's something you're having to weigh out, whether it's worth it for you to stick around and stay put, or if it's time for you to go. And you definitely seem to be, well, we have Judgment, King of Pentacles. Big choices, big commitments, big decisions. Let me see this 8 of Swords. Whoa. 8 of Swords for Capricorn. Show me clearly. 10 of Pentacles sideways. So it's not like completely in the reverse, but it's not upright. It's telling me that, okay, there's some tweaks and adjustments. The foundation that you're on is not completely disastrous or something that needs to be completely demolished, but there's definitely room for improvements, okay? So it's not completely upright. There's some things to keep. There's some things that it's like, okay, this is good. Keep that going. And then there's some things like, okay, that's clearly not working. Scrap that, completely dismantle that, switch gears, switch lanes. There's some things that are working. There's some things that aren't. And mind you, we're clarifying the Eight of Swords. So this is like things in your head, or like this is mindsets, attachments, stories you're telling yourself, limited beliefs. If you're around people that are not of good influence, or they're dragging you down, that's something you may need to reconsider who you surround yourself with, or who you lean on when it comes to support. Because maybe there's someone that you tell them your issues or what you're struggling with, and then they just make it worse, or they make it more stressful rather than helpful. So that's not good. So if it ain't helping you or making you feel better, it's time to maybe try a different direction. Eight of Swords, King of Pentacles. I'm hearing there's a way out. If there's a will, there's a way. We have the Tower at the next card and the Hangman. But this is all perspective shift. A lot of what you're going through, Capricorn, there's a lot going on in your outside reality that, yeah, okay, you can't really change, you can't really control. It's right now, your hands have to surrender to it. The one main thing that you can shift immediately, like literally this second, literally overnight change, is your mindset. And that does take a lot of mindfulness, that does take a lot of practice, but every little step has a huge influence. I'm seeing you're coming into stability. I'm seeing you coming into more financial freedom. There's a shakeup in your reality, like in your physical reality. The Tower of the King of Pentacles. This is showing like solid changes taking place. What you can see, taste, touch, feel, hear, smell. This is happening in the 3D, all right? This shakeup that you're experiencing it's making me think of like a place that gets earthquakes and the ground is shaking, houses are shaking, and maybe, you know, the home is still standing, but there's a few cracks in like the ground, in the pavement, in the wall. It's just showing you the weak spots, all right? It's just showing you what you need to get stronger at, what you may need to improve, but it's also showing you your strengths. It's showing both your strengths and your weaknesses. What is this? Comment down below. Let me know what this is. This is powerful though. This is really powerful stuff you're going through. Hangman is a card of like, let's take some time out to contemplate. Let's take some time out to reflect. We need to surrender. Hands off the motherfucking wheel. Okay? And can we look at the situation a different way? Is there a different perspective that we haven't viewed this from? Hangman, the Ace of Cups, and the Six of Cups. Chariot as well. Eight of Swords. This could be you changing the way you view your relationships, love, romance, how you show up in a partnership, what you crave in a romantic connection as well. You could be doing some reflection on past experiences, past loves that you've had, their influence on your experience moving forwards. There may even be someone you could be reconnecting with, or like maybe even reconciliation energy. Chariot and the Six of Cups, there might be an old familiar face that crosses paths with you in the near future. I am seeing reminders of someone from your past. There's someone here that you could be thinking heavily about, / they're thinking heavily about you. I feel like for the bottom of the deck, so Star, Four of Wands, Justice, and the Queen of Pentacles, I kind of just want to pull a couple cards all together on this combination, just because we don't have a whole lot of time left, and I want to just kind of end this on a high note. So let's look into this the Star, Four of Wands, Justice, and the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see where you're going, Capricorn. What can Capricorn expect with this shift, with some of these changes and adjustments? Working through these blockages of the mind and any outside influences that are negatively impacting you as you are starting to awaken to all these things and shifting your approach and your mindset. Where are you headed? Where are you going in the near future? Prince of Wands. Nine of Pentacles reversed. There's something you need to break free from. We have Justice. Let's get one more. And the Four of Wands. Okay. Four of Pentacles at the bottom. We got 4-4. Seen some synchronicities over here. That's where I'm going to leave it. Just these cards. So where are you headed? You're definitely being headed towards getting stronger mentally, physically, financially independent. Okay. This is where you're having to become more self-reliant. self-sustainable. This Nine of Pentacles in reverse shows me that these are the areas where you have your like weaknesses or these heavy doubts and insecurities. So this Knight of Wands, the way he's approaching this, it feels like he's directly confronting, pushing, facing this head on. Justice and the Four of Wands. This definitely seems like an energy of graduating. This is an energy of lessons learned and also growing through your friendships, your relationships and partnerships, business, romantic, platonic, all that. These relationships have a massive influence and will help and assist you as you are going through these upgrades, okay? So if you're surrounding yourself with people that make you feel insecure, make you feel unworthy, they trigger these ugly things, okay? Might need to make some adjustments there, but also they're triggering these emotions and these thoughts, these stories for a reason. It's time to go inwards. It's time to recalibrate, and I feel like I'm repeating myself. It's time to get things back in order. Okay, it's time to get back on track. These relationships are mirroring qualities within you, the good and the bad. But I am seeing where you're moving towards. You are moving towards more fruitful connections, more supportive environments. Sorry, it's blurry. Supportive environment. It's blurry. Blurry. It's not focusing at all. There we go. Supportive environments, healthy relationships, give and receive. It's there. All right. Huh. Man, I can't believe my water bottle broke. I literally don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know how it the reading is done, by the way. I hope this helps. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, how the fuck? I don't know what happened. I didn't hit nothing. I looked back. When I paused, I like looked back at the video and I was like, I didn't hit my water bottle in the corner or nothing, but clearly it just needed to happen, so it's fine. Do a little shopping. It's all good. But yeah, Capricorn, I love you. I hope this makes sense. Let me know if it resonates. Private readings are available down below, and I will see y'all later. Have a fantastic day. Bye.